Hi everybody. In this video, we're going to look at proving the trigonometric addition formulae. These are the sine of alpha plus beta, the cos of alpha plus beta, and the tan of alpha plus beta. Now these are given in the Edexcel formula booklet, but it's a lot of fun proving them for yourself using this diagram. And if you want to work along with me, you can download this from my website, mrmathematics.com. I'll leave a link below. So we'll work through the steps 1 to 9 to derive each of these proofs. I suggest I work through steps 1 and 2, and then you try the rest for yourself. If you get stuck at any point, just unpause the video and you can compare your working with mine. So if we begin with the sine of alpha plus beta, well, this is alpha and beta, so when you add them together, we're looking at this right angle triangle. And if we want the sine of these angles, then this will be the opposite length divided by the hypotenuse. And we're told that the hypotenuse is 1. So all we really need to do is to look at from B to P. This is the sum of A to Q and P to R. So we need to work out these two lengths. If we begin with distance P to Q, this is this right angle triangle. And you can see this is the opposite length. So if we take the sine of angle beta, this will be the opposite divided by the hypotenuse of 1. So we can see that P to Q is sine beta. Distance O to Q is the same right angle triangle, but now we're looking at the adjacent length. So the cos of angle beta will be the adjacent O to Q divided by the hypotenuse again of 1. So O to Q will be the cos of beta. So at this point, do you want to try and work through each of these steps yourself? For point 4, BPQ, this angle here, think about angles in parallel lines. Okay, so you can pause the video, and when you come back, you can compare your working with mine. Okay, so welcome back if you had to go. So for point 3, distance A to Q, well, this is the opposite side of this right angle triangle. So we'll have the sine of alpha will be the opposite length over the hypotenuse, which you can see is cos of beta. So A to Q will be sine alpha cos beta. Now angle BPQ is this angle. To work out this one, we can identify that we've got alternate angles with alpha here and here. So these will be the same. So this will also be alpha, which means this angle will be 90 minus alpha because it's perpendicular. That will give us this angle because we have angles in a right angle triangle. So this will be 90 minus alpha. So this angle will also be alpha. And distance P to R is the adjacent side of this triangle. So the cos of alpha will be the adjacent divided by the hypotenuse, which we know is sine beta. So P to R will be sine beta cos alpha. And now we have enough information to work out the sine of alpha plus beta. We have the length A to Q, which is here, and we have the length R to P. And we know the hypotenuse is still 1. So the sine of alpha plus beta will be the opposite length, A to Q, plus R to P. The opposite length divided by 1. And this is the sine of alpha plus beta. Now we'll try and find the cos of alpha plus beta. The distance Q to R is this length, which is the opposite side of this right angle triangle. So the sine of alpha will be R to Q over the hypotenuse sine beta. So this will be the sine of alpha sine of beta. And then O to A is this length, which is the adjacent side in this right angle triangle. So the cos of alpha will be the adjacent O to A over the hypotenuse cos beta. This is the hypotenuse here. So O to A will be cos alpha cos beta. And now we have enough information to work out the cos of alpha plus beta, which is this right angle triangle. So we'll have O to A minus A to B. That will give us the length O to B. So the cos of alpha plus beta will be the adjacent O to A minus A to B. And A to B is the same as what we found with Q to R, sine alpha, sine beta. So if we take this away, the cos will be the adjacent divided by the hypotenuse. We know the hypotenuse is 1, so we can leave it like that. Then these are the two addition formulae for the sine and cos of alpha plus beta. An extension of this will be the sine of alpha minus beta. And this will be the same as alpha plus beta, but the addition becomes a subtraction. And with the cos of alpha minus beta, this will become cos alpha cos beta plus sine alpha sine beta. So I always think it's much more fun to prove these things for yourself whenever we can. If we look at the tan of alpha plus beta, we could do it using a similar diagram, but I find it much easier when we know that the tan of alpha plus beta is equal to the sine over the cos. I'm doing this because we've just spent a lot of effort to work out each of these, so I think we should use them. Okay, so if we substitute each of these into our fraction for tan, then we get the sine of alpha plus beta divided by the cos of alpha plus beta. And if we want to make all of this look like what we have here, then we can focus our efforts on the one term. That will be when this term equals 1. So how do you think we can make this equal 1? So we need to divide it by itself. We divide it by cos alpha cos beta. And if we do it to one part, we have to do it to all parts. So we'll add this division to the 3 other terms in our fraction. Now can you see what will happen? These cos betas will cancel. This cos alpha will cancel with this one. We know this one cancels to make 1, and then what we're left with is sine alpha over cos alpha, which we know is tan alpha, sine beta over cos beta, which is tan beta. This makes 1, and sine alpha divided by cos alpha is tan alpha, and sine beta divided by cos beta is tan beta. And this is exactly what we were asked to show here. So this is tan of alpha plus beta. To work out the tan of alpha minus beta, we change the numerator from a plus to a negative, and the denominator from a negative to a positive. Okay? So I hope you found that worthwhile. In the next video, we'll be looking at how we can use these addition formulae to simplify various trigonometric expressions.